Wants to tame me. You can't catch me on the run, cause I'm gone, yeah. I blaze trails, set fire to what's behind me. No, I'm never looking back, I'm on the run. I could only ever be what I'm made to be. It feels good when I'm living on the edge. Watch me now, go like thunder, gonna shake the ground. Can't stop me now, I don't give up and I won't back down. I'm a force of nature, can't be contained. I got lightning running all through my veins. Watch me now, watch me now.
Hi, I'm Wyatt Milam. I'm from Canova, West Virginia. When I'm back home, you'll find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Par-Mar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Par-Mar app and sign up for the Par-Mar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Par-Mar stores.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
And hello and welcome to the WolfMan's Call this Tuesday. Wow, August 8th, man. I'll tell you, it's getting closer and closer to that Penn State Happy Valley time for Mountaineer Nation. Getting ready. Camp is going. Almost a full week going on right now. It is so special. And you can see me right there yesterday. You got to recap it from yesterday. What a great time we had at Jimbo's place with Jimmy Pointer right there and Scott Parks from Northern Eagle Beverages, who's now a sponsor of the WolfMan's Call. But you can see me, happy camper. That's right, Jimbo's place down there in Buckhannon. He's also got one there in Elkins as well. And there's a picture of me and Joe Capari, who's really cool. Everybody was amazing there yesterday. Had a great time. Big numbers, big show. The show's just good. It's flying off the rails, man. It's great. Thank you to you for that. And, of course, we got a special shout-out for Jimbo's Place in Elkins, and that's Brianna Brewster right there in Elkins. And her husband, William, had a good time with them yesterday as well. So we're giving major shout-outs to Jimbo's Place. The Wings, look at how happy that face is. And I'm not talking about Joe. I'm talking about me. That's right. I love chicken wings. All right, so that's a wonderful time. Thank you there at Jimmy Pointer, again, Jimbo's Place. And I'm going to have to tell you this. I have something really special. Again, this is so cool because we have Scott Howley, the son of Chuck Howley, who's just at the NFL Hall of Fame. If you didn't get to watch it live on TV, it was amazing. Him and, of course, Mr. Cowboy, Mr. Dallas Cowboy, Bob Lilly was a part of the introduction. And, Scott, I'm just welcoming you to the show. How you doing?
Thanks, Dale. I'm great.
Wow, it's a return, man. We just keep having you out here. It's great every single time. But, man, I know you are running on fumes.
Yeah, sleep wasn't really an option there.
There's no doubt about it. So, before we get into you talking about your experience, I really want to go ahead and put this video up. I think it's really neat. I got to sit. I told you I was going to be able to make it, but man, plans went awry. But I did get to watch it live on TV from my mother's driveway in Rushford, New York. And if you know anything about Rushford, New York, it is out in the country. And I'm watching on my phone, and it was so cool, man. I got to tell you. So here's just a couple clips right here. Let's see. Let's get it up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, representing Chuck Howley for enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame is his son, Scott Howley, and presenter, Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinee, Bob Lilly.
To the Hall of Fame staff for their generous hospitality and support, and to Mr. Bob Lilly for being Dad's presenter today. And to the Hall of Famers for believing that Dad deserved to be included and welcoming him onto the immortal team. Our family is truly honored to have this opportunity to represent our Dad as he takes his rightful place among the immortals of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Since Dad can't be here today, and I hope he's watching on television, and with that in mind, I have a special request for all of you out there. I'd like to ask that we all give Dad a shout out. And so on the count of 3, we're going to yell, "Hello, Chuck." Okay, here goes. 1, 2, 3. Hello, Chuck! Thank you very much.
Wow. How do I go ahead and come off that? I mean, that is just so huge, so awesome. You know, Scott, like I said, we've been friends for a while now talking. And ever since your daughter was recruited, I think, at West Virginia,
Right, yeah.
Soccer. And, you know, that's when I got to meet you, and I got to meet your father. And, you know, just ever since then, we've been talking a little bit. It finally come to fruition, man. I mean, after 40 some years, as it was
50 years.
50 years. Oh my gosh, 50 years. And finally that moment. What was it like, sir, to walk out there with Mr. Dallas Cowboy Bob Lilly, who did an introduction right before then, and then you came out with a speech, and man, it was a moment. I think there was quite a big moment, especially when he reached over and, you know, put the kiss on your dad's forehead on the bus there. Pretty special. Almost looked like you thought it was pretty special too.
Yeah. That kind of got me, and it was like, you know, I was kind of thinking in the back of my mind, okay, I'm done. You know, how am I going to give a speech after him kissing Dad's bus? It's just like I had to recompose myself all over again, you know, and get up there, and it's like, I regroup here and try to get the words out.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I mean, you know, so when you think about everything that you've gone through, your family has gone through, you know, Scott, and just the years he was in the Doomsday, the Ring of Honor.
Right.
I mean, he was there for everything else, but to see Luciv, the NFL Hall of Fame, they just went over it, and you know, with good people there, they finally got it right. So again, sometimes it happens, but boy, what a issue, man, that it took 50 years to go ahead and get him in there, who the only MVP of a Super Bowl in a loss. I mean, that's almost, well, it's the only one ever in all the Super Bowls. So with all that, over 50 plus years, I think 55, 56 years of Super Bowls, only time it's ever happened. What was the satisfaction for you and your family?
Oh, it was great. It was bittersweet, though, because, you know, of course, we wanted Dad to be there in person and either accepting the award and giving the speech himself, or just to physically be there. But it was, you know, due to his health, he just couldn't make the trip. So we were all beyond proud of him, and I wanted to make sure that that he understood that, the whole world is rooting for him and wanted to make sure that he was included in that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And when he said, "Hello, Chuck," I was in my car in Rushford, New York, going, "Hello, Chuck." I mean, that was just a really cool moment. What was it like for you having to go out and give this speech? I know you've been getting used to media in the last year or two, a couple of years, but it's not really was all of that about you. And now you're up there and you're on national TV and you're doing it, man.
Yeah. It was really kind of surreal. It was fairly warm up there, and of course, I got a nice little sunburn out of it. But yeah, the stadium was great. The fans were great. There were quite a bit of Jets and Dolphins and Browns fans out in the audience, and the fact that they sat and listened to me speak was I was truly honored.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, so who were some really cool people that you met?
Well, I met Dan Fouts and his wife Jerry. They're wonderful people. He did the emceeing for the Gold Jacket dinner, which was really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Of course, the dad's fellow classmates, DeMarcus Ware and Rondé Barber and Darrell Rivas and all those guys, Ken Riley, Mindy Coriel. They're all wonderful people. Joe and Zach Thomas, just fantastic people. Charles Haley came up and gave me a bear hug, lifted me right up off my feet. And that was quite interesting. I was wearing because nobody really knew me. So outside the Cowboys organization. So I was wearing a name tag that the Hall of Fame had provided for me. And thank goodness it was magnetic. But when Charles grabbed me, he came in like he was going to tackle me. And I thought, okay, God, I'm going to die right here. But he gave me a giant bear hug, and I was getting coffee, and he put me down and we talked for a minute, and he went on. And then somebody, one of the staff of the hotel, came up to me and said, "Sir, your name tag's upside down." It's like, well, it wasn't before you hit me.
Yeah, right on. Okay, so who made the trip with you?
My wife Emily, my two daughters, Sarah and Anna, and Sarah's boyfriend Alex.
Okay, very nice. So let's go back. You left last Tuesday because we had, of course, Mr. Cowboy Bob Lilly on the show Tuesday, the day that you left, because he was leaving on Wednesday, and he gave us some great insights into the NFL Hall of Fame and what you're about to encounter. What did you encounter, your schedule? And I just want to hear all about it.
Oh, yeah. It was fantastic. The staff at the Hall of Fame are just amazing people. The amount of effort that they put into this is Herculean, and it's really done so well that you really don't even realize how much effort there is. They make it look so easy and so effortless. I was always had a guide with me wherever I went, so I didn't get lost. I didn't get misplaced. But we started off, I think we got there Tuesday evening, started off Wednesday with a board of directors meet and greet, cocktail party at the stadium. A lot of old Cowboys there, several people that had been inducted years before, and they were all mingling and kind of catching up with each other. It's kind of like a giant reunion for these guys. They come back every year and they just catch up on what happened the previous year. So from there we went on to Thursday, and we had Thursday. Yeah, I think Thursday was the picture day where we walked down the main street between the hotel and down at the end. There's a plaza called Hall of Fame Plaza. So all of the Hall of Famers gathered in the hotel, and then we all walked as a group down to this plaza to have our pictures taken, which was a lot of fun. Then we did, let's see, we had to go back over to the stadium, and that's when the network folks kind of had to walk us through, because we were going to be on the field before the game. We were going to be introduced.
Right.
And so they walked us through how to do that, because obviously, the people who aren't players and whose parents weren't able to either be there because they had passed away, or like my dad, just not able to make the trip. This was all new stuff to us.
Sure.
And I remember as I'm walking across that field, I don't remember the width of this field ever being this long.
Yeah.
Long trip. And I had the entire Jets on one side, the Browns on the other side, and I think somebody on the Jet side obviously knew I was a little rattled getting across the field, and he yelled out, "Hey!" and which sort of snapped me out of it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to wave. So I get about halfway through there, and I start waving and stuff. So the game was great. Craziest thing, these kids were coming up to me asking me for autographs, and I'm looking at them. I'm going, okay, you realize I'm not Chuck Howley. I'm his son. I'm just the guy standing in for him. And they're going, well, doesn't matter to us. Sign this. So then we go on to Friday's events, and there was some basically just some media stuff we had to do, but then Saturday, of course, was the parade that morning, and that was a wonderful experience. I mean, it was I'm told that the Hall of Fame parade is the third largest parade in the nation.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did they give you your own car? Were
I
you
was
there?
in my own car. It was a really nice 95 convertible Mustang.
Okay, very cool.
And I had the privilege of being followed by the West Virginia University mascot, the Mountaineer, and the cheerleaders and the dance team.
Really?
To made the trip to be in the parade with me. So I was very fortunate to have them with me. It was a long drive. I think it was a little over two, maybe 3 miles long.
And you were doing what, 3 miles per hour?
Yeah. And my arm was sure getting tired.
Wow, that's amazing. I've only been in one parade where I was with Michael Bolton, and we were down in New Orleans with the parade there, and they were whipping stuff at us, beads and stuff. So I'm sure it was a lot of better reception than what I had there as well. But it must have been so cool to be able to do that. Now, when you came down to the actual, I'm going to get up there and talk. Did the network people have to walk you through that as well? Did you have to practice any of that?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we had I had to go down into the basement of the hotel. They had a teleprompter and a stage set up down there for me to practice, because I've never used a teleprompter before in my entire life. And so
what was that experience? How was it? Like, I mean, you felt like the president of the United States or what?
Yeah, they finally stopped me and they said, okay, you can't just focus on one side. You have to look around. And he goes, don't worry, I'm gonna follow you at your pace. So if you look from left to right, you won't lose your place. Because I think the first time through, I was like, oh my God, I've got to focus on this to make sure I get it all right.
Yeah, sure. Who wouldn't? Okay. So you got to there, you got the practice. I mean, that's pretty cool that they did have the teleprompter practice.
Yeah.
I'm sure you left there feeling a little bit better than entering. And of course, with Bob Lilly, they actually did the presentation. They had pre-recorded him, and he did fantastic. And it was such a nice combination. And then you had, of course, I think that's going to be probably one of the great moments of the Hall of Fame introduction is when he's leaning over and kissing his brother. You know,
it was amazing. It was so heartfelt and so wonderful. I mean, I have immense respect for Mr. Lilly. He and his wife have been part of our family for decades, and he is just a first class guy.
Yeah, when we had him on the show, he surely exhibited that, and he talked about your history. When we say band of brothers, now there's now the band of brothers in the NFL Hall of Fame, which your dad is now a part of that.
Right.
But there's also a band of brothers of that doomsday defense.
Yeah.
And we, if you could just briefly, if you will, just talk about growing up. I mean, you talked about Dan Reeves being the neighbor. Go ahead, fill that in.
Yeah, when we Dad made the team, we had a house. And back then, a lot of the players lived in the same neighborhood. So you had, I had Dan Reeves 2 doors down from us, and then Dave Mander's kids were in the house behind us, and then you had Tony Lissio's kids a couple of streets over. So we were all together. So we were always doing stuff together, playing together. Really, a close-knit family environment. So it was a lot of fun to be around all those guys. And we didn't know any different. I mean, they were just, so-and-so's dad. It wasn't like they were the idols that the fans see. It was just basically them being family guys.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's cool because I have had that experience with my brothers and my family, and getting to enjoy the other members of the teams. And it's a shame because not everybody gets to experience that, because it is a really band of brothers, cool feeling. And now that your dad is in the NFL Hall of Fame, what does that do for you? Are you going to be going back and representing him every year? Is that something that you want to do or that you need to do? How does that work?
The new president of the Hall of Fame, Jim Porter, has brought back a lot of the family traditions to the Hall. And he emphasized the fact that it's not just your father that's being inducted, it's the whole family. Because as in our case, it's myself, my sister, my children, her children, that go back and continue the stories, continue the keeping his memory going, with the other enshrinees, and also just with the fans themselves through interviews like this. We will be going back every year, and it's more just because the friendships that we developed while we were there this time will last throughout the rest of our lives. We built some tremendous bonds with players and inductees, and that'll continue to go forever. And it's interesting because the one main underlying theme that always comes up is this is a team you can never be cut from.
Yeah, no doubt about it. A team you never become. That is so cool. And I just want to say to you, because I know you're running on fumes because you just got in yesterday, I believe. I called you up. I'm like, hey, and you're like, Wolf, I just got in. I'm at the airport. I'm getting my luggage, and you already called me to get back on this show here. But again, I think it's so neat for West Virginia because it's only, I believe, the third NFL Hall of Famer from WVU, and he's a man of Wheeling. He's from Wheeling, West Virginia. Right. I mean, all the stuff that I released, the things that you sent me through the years I've released, there's so much support in West Virginia. And, for all the Mountaineers, and not even Mountaineers, all the state. Just, your father was such a great figure. You said about the 5 lettering in sport for 5 different sports, and it is still a record at WVU that he lettered in the 5. I think that one gymnastics got him over the top because no one's ever going to be able to do that again. So again, he had that, and a great Mr. Cowboy there, Bob Lilly, said about your father was that he's 6'3", probably 225 to 230 his playing days, but he could run as fast as anyone on the team. And that really is what made him special when you think of, his, I think it was 25 interceptions and 18 fumble returns, but he ran them back to the house.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't just, getting it. He took it back, and it was also at crucial times. In fact, there's an argument. Roger Staubach got MVP for Super Bowl VI, but they say your dad really could have been MVP for that as well.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Well, I think it was a couple of picks he had right there. And, of course, shutting down Greasy and the Miami Dolphins, that was a pretty special time. And now Roger Staubach must have been really cool that he moved next to your father after you guys moved out. So I just think that's really neat, really cool community. And is there anything else that you like to add? Oh, last thing. What was your favorite thing of the weekend or the week?
I would say meeting the other Hall of Famers was definitely top of the list. And then I think the most moving part was when we were able to go to the hall and actually see Dad's bust in the Hall of Busts and take, just see where, he'll be forever. And that was a really cool moment for us, because it kind of brought everything to that focal point. And this is the culmination of my dad's life and everything that he did, everything he sacrificed, all of the effort that he put into becoming as great as he is, was just personified right there on the wall with the rest of the bus. And it's something that they said that, at the end of the day, and this is really kind of cool. I don't know who said it, but it said that at the end of the day, when everybody leaves and the lights are turned off and the doors are locked, the busts talk to each other.
Okay. Well, you know what, boy, who wouldn't want to be in on that conversation?
Right.
At least to be the
Exactly.
fly on the wall, right? To be able to listen to that. And, well, hey, you know what, Scott? Listen, man, again, it's been a long time coming for your family. You guys have always represented with class. And, you took it in and you waited for a long time. And, kudos to the NFL for getting it done. And it was just too long, but you know what? Life is life, and you got to keep moving on. So again, enjoy. I think it's awesome. I think still, I'm going to say this just so you know. I think it's time to get Darryl Talley for the Buffalo Bills into the Hall of Fame, because I think he's deserving. So I think we'll move on. I'll move on at least to another project, because your dad's already right there, man, right in the Hall, and that is the greatest honor. So congratulations to you, your family, and your father.
Thank you.
All right. Take care now. Thanks so much. We'll have you on again and talk about it. We'll just keep bringing you back, all right?
Sounds great.
All right. Thanks, Scott. Have a good
Right.
day. See you, man. Oh, Scott Howley. Wow. I'll tell you what an experience. Can you imagine that? 50 years. 50, man. And his dad finally gets in, his pops gets in there. And it's not like the common folk didn't know he should have been in there. But again, that Howley family, that Howley class, that what Chuck Howley represented all those years, and not just what Scott says, what you heard from Mr. Dallas Cowboy Bob Lilly talk about Chuck in a way with such respect, such a brother, a band of brothers. So, all that, we're just so happy to have Scott Howley here. I mean, to come on, this is twice right before he left, and then do this. I mean, my gosh. All right, I'm just fired up. Excuse me for Karen, man, because that's who I am. I love it. All right, so let's go ahead. What do we got here? We're going to have today, some things I'm going to go over. I'm going to break down some film of WVU defense from from Oklahoma State last year. Lee Kpogba defense. I'm going to be pointing out some good things, maybe some not so good things, but things they got to work on. things that they got to get better on. And I think there's some players that, there's through repetition, it's good. And you got to understand, if you want to understand the game, you got to know the game. You got to understand what they're trying to do, what they're trying to accomplish. And hopefully I can help you to at least some degree. I'm not the all expert, but I do know the game that I've loved and cherished all my life to some degree. So what do we got here? See here, Alex Martin. Hello, Alex. How you doing there? He says, hola. I think that's Spanish. I'm not sure, but I'm going to go with it and say, hola. Right back to you, Alex. And let me go ahead and put this out here right now. This is here. If you want to come on board, if you want to join the conversation, Mountaineer Nation, I am putting it out there. And talk is pit. What are you doing, man? Thanks for having me on. Next week or last week. Well, I think you're back on tomorrow, but you can come on right now if you want to, whatever you want to do. And we're gonna go ahead and gonna break this down. What else do I got to hear? Let's go through some things we got to go through right now. Let's do our QR codes, man, because I screw that up. Those doggone QR codes, and it's just pretty amazing how I do that with the chat, all that good stuff. And here we go, QR codes right here. Let's start it off. Pallet Mini rechargers and batteries. Now, I think y'all crazy right now because I've been talking about this Pallet Mini for almost 2 months now. And you need to go ahead and scan this because these batteries, they're being used in the Cleveland Clinic in hospitals. These are incredible. You know what Pallet is? You got rechargers. I've run 2 shows when the power went out in the studio in the Wolf's Den. I ran 2 shows off of the Pallet deck. It's power in Japanese means power, baby. And that's what these babies are. And recharge AA batteries. You won't buy another AA battery again. 15 billion batteries, the alkaline batteries get wasted, man, in the dumps, wasted. It's not, go green, save green, save moolah right there. That's right, Pallet Mini rechargers batteries. I'll put it out there. How about this? This is my brother, Johnny Cahigas, Megan Cahigas, right? Mountaineers through and through, donors, all that. Well, they got this, AGC, Arson Grange, switch the dip, just a hemp, baby, just a hemp. You get rid of the nicotine, get rid of the tobacco. Arson Grange Company. You can get it at wolfmandip.com. It takes you right to AGC and their super store. Or you can go to where? You go to Parmar Stores, our sponsor, man. Our sponsor, you can buy it there. They're in 5 different states, man, over 200 something. The numbers just keep going up and up. I can't keep up with B-Wall and all them and Milo. So, again, Arson Grange Company, hemp dip, no nicotine, no tobacco. Man, I think it's good for you. Get off that crap. I don't like it. So I like AGC, Arson Grange Company, hemp dip. And let's go ahead. Johnny Cantwell, former offensive lineman for the Mountaineers. They got West Virginia United. United in purpose. West Virginia, we stand. Boy, wouldn't it be nice to be united? United in purpose. Absolutely. And that's what we want to be, Mountaineers. Rocking and rolling, West Virginia University, and the whole state for that matter, and everything involved. Because, go ahead, QR, man, West Virginia United, united purpose, united we stand. All right, I got the QR codes out of the way. Back to chat here. What do we got? Oh, my goodness. I'm seeing Alex, you saying Wolf is Sport. Well, I'll tell you what, man, go ahead and jump on if you want to. We're going to break down some Lee Kpogba here. And let's see. Oh, here we go. What is this here? It says here, enjoy WVU history, and I'm very well acquainted with Arizona State. Well, absolutely. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. And if everybody wants to talk, I'm not going to keep talking about the AD and ASU because I think I made my point. But what I'm saying is I'm a fan of ASU. I was a fan of them coming in. Only thing was that I'm going to just say I was just disappointed in the reaction because I believe leaders lead. And when a leader's giving you that feeling like this, I don't think that's right, especially when you're trying to hand out something that's good, something that's relative, keeping you relative and helping you out. Just the way I am. But enough of that. Not going to keep going there. And let's see. See, LFG, what's up, LFG, for this now? I caught the WVU show when the old dude rattled off about Tally and old-time Mountaineers. All right. Well, I'm the old dude, so that was probably about me rattling off about, you know what? Old-time Mountaineers and Daryl Talley are all exceptional, and he should be NFL Hall of Fame. He never missed the game in 12 years with the Buffalo Bills. The 4 times they went to the Super Bowl. He's their all-time leading tackler. Now, I know that they've had a lot of players that they put in there, but you look at it and say Dan Marino's like the greatest underrated player ever of all time is Daryl Talley. Should be there. One of the best players you ever played against. That's Dan Marino. Dan Marino. All right, Jim Kelly is saying most underrated player, Buffalo Bill, Daryl Talley. It's just over and over. It's time to put Daryl Talley into the Hall of Fame, just like it was well over time to put Chuck Howley into the NFL. There we go. And what do we got here? Alex Martin. Always try, well, if your YouTube, the video thing that brings us in doesn't work for me for some reason. Any other way to bring me on? Yeah, man, you go to my Facebook on there. You go to that. So it's the Voice of College Football, West Virginia on YouTube. And then you go to at Wolfman, West Virginia, or at Wolfman WV for the Wolfman's Call on Facebook. And you can also go at Wolfley64 on Twitter. We're on everything, man. Everything. And, of course, also on my YouTube as well at Wolfman's Call. So, regardless, if you're having problems, go ahead, man. Hit me up. It's real easy to do so. You can even come on. Let's see. All right. So, I don't see anyone coming on right now. I think I left out there the link. So, if the link's out there, right, let's make sure I did it so I remember. Yes, I left the link out here. All right, so if you want to come on, I'll see you coming backstage. But let's go ahead, man. Let's get at some other stuff right now. We've taken care of some of that. How about this? Go on here and, here's a conversation. Here we go. I got this just for you, Mountaineer Nation, and going here. And what do you think about this? Because I know this is going to upset a lot of you, but this is J.D. Pickles on 3. And I'm not saying on 3 like 1, 2, 3, but on 3. And this is what?
I'm going to predict every.
Here we go. Check this out right here.
Game on West Virginia's schedule in under 60 seconds.
60.
Game 1, we're at Penn State. It's a tough draw, quite frankly. I think you lose that game. But you beat Duquesne the next week to set up a big-time matchup in the backyard brawl against Pitt. It's in Morgantown. Rivalry atmosphere should be electric. All bets are off kind of scenario. I think you win that game. Then you play Texas Tech, also in Morgantown. I think you lose that game. You go to TCU. I think you drop that game as well heading into the bye week. Then you go to Houston. Welcome Houston to the Big 12. Pat him on the head. Hand him an L. Then you play Oklahoma State. I think you drop that game. And then you go on the road to UCF. Should be a good atmosphere, but I think you lose that game. And then you play BYU. Could be back and forth, but tough opponent to BYU. I think you drop that game. You go to Oklahoma. I think that's also a loss. But you get on the winning side of things against Cincinnati. And then you lose the final game at Baylor in Waco to finish the year 4-8. I'm going to predict every game on West Virginia's schedule.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much there, J.D. Pickles. Not joining the band, are you? You're not jumping on the bandwagon of saying, hey, 4-8. I heard that one before. But, hey, each person, that's it. So what are you going to do with that? But here we go. Got something to say. Jump on, man. Let's go. What else? I say you're wrong, man. I say you're wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. And I think that the way things are changing here, I think that the Mountaineers, I see it. I like what Neil's been doing. I say head coach Neil Brown, no disrespect. And I like the way things are changed. Not positive that they understand about the season yet for the leadership, but I think there's some guys there. I think the way I'm hearing some talking, I think that there's a little bit of a chip on the shoulder. I like to see a really, really big chip on the shoulder, just like, sending some ooze, some nasty stuff crank out of the neck right there. That's for sure. But let's keep on going here and take a look here at the college football playoff. And I showed this yesterday on here, but I'd like to actually show it again. Let me get the QR code off here so we can take care of that. And I'm going to flip this over here. and blow it. So you can all see this. I'm going to blow it up. Yep, I like this. And when I look at here, so the 2025 National Championship, do you like this or not? When you see here, you see, if you look to my left, so I'm looking at the Big Ten fourth, SEC second. Then you have the Big Ten second against the Big 12 third. And then you look over here at the Big 12 second, SEC third. And, right there, I put myself right in the middle of that. And looking at this, so do you like this? Look at the way it goes down. And the winners, this is the playoff system. Do you like this playoff system? Do you like it? SEC first gets the bump right off the bat. I don't know. I think it has a lot of potential. I like it. And, the Big Ten gets the first, all right. I mean, I'm willing to start off. This is good stuff just to start off talking. You need to talk. You need to communicate. Because if you don't, people are going to be unhappy, and you're going to make people unhappy regardless. But at least this way, if people start talking and working it out, maybe we can get something that most like, a system that most like. You're going to have to do it. I mean, things are changing right off the bat here. And again, do you like the 2025 National Championship scenario with that? Let's talk about it again before I jump into this breakdown here. Let's see, we call this the Big 12 or the Big 16. And looking here, we're going to jump it up and pump it up. All right. Do you like this? The new Big 16. Should we call it keep it the Big 12, new Big 16? I kind of jokingly said yesterday, call it the Big Country because it's all over the country. And looking at it, U of A, ASU, you're looking at 8 new teams here with Utah and Colorado. And then you look at BYU, Houston, Cincinnati, and UCF. And I mean, it's pretty something else, pretty big. So do you like this or not? The new Big 16, I don't know. I think you got to keep calling something because the numbers are probably going to change. Not sure what you think about Utah, the Utes, and Arizona State when you have U of A, you already have BYU. What do you think about that? Again, all good talking points. It's something that you have to take a look at. And what else do we have? Last but not least, do we have anything else that I'm looking at here? And I'm seeing it. I don't think so, except for, let's go right to it. Let's get at it. And let's go ahead and bring this down. Let's start breaking it down. You got to like the breakdown. And what do we have here? Oh, there it is. There it is. Yep. Okay, so let's go this way. Jump it up and over. Okay, so I've been talking about Lee Kpogba breakdown, and it's not just about Lee Kpogba. I want to talk about the entire defense. This is 1st and 10. We've already been through 3 series here. And the defense of Oklahoma State, I thought the defense did well. I think the defense actually had some good fortune happen for them. And I think they also played very hard, very physical, especially since they were 4-7 at this point. Going to Oklahoma State, I'll say it again. Oklahoma State had a 14-game home winning streak. Spencer Sanders did not play. Rangel, the quarterback for Oklahoma State, who's a true freshman, played. Don't think he had a great game whatsoever. And I also think that Oklahoma State really missed out on opportunities. And the Mountaineers benefited, and they made the play. So the bottom line, WVU won. Nico Markio comes in down 10-7 to Oklahoma State, comes in on offense, makes it happen. Jalen Anderson, big running plays. But Nico actually made some big plays there to keep the drives going. And then the defense really came up strong. And you'll see here what I'm talking about. So let's go 1st and 10. You're looking at right here. You're looking at a double set. Oklahoma State. You see 2 up top, 2 at the bottom. They're in the gun. Running back is weak because it's into the boundaries. I'm going to just call it weak in a 2-by-2 set. And let's watch it. Rango's going to get it. The snap. and you're looking at a three-man rush. Now, I said it, and I tell the truth, because in the WolfMan's call, the truth is always part of the call. I do not like a three-man rush for the most part, but I will say this, that it's like the snap on the being in the gun on short yards. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you're going to see here something the three-man rush was really tearing up on Oklahoma State. I don't think they really wanted to be in this game, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse. Oklahoma State, that is. But they played very poorly. And I also think that Darius Stills was a terror. And also, Lee Kpogba was a terror. And Aubrey Burks played really, really well. And Sean Martin stepped up in this game a lot. And JJ was gone now. But so, again, as I thought the defense really played well and played hard and physical for the last game of the season in a really cold and terrible weather. And like, it would be like most miserable. Think about it. You're 4-7, you're not going bowling. You come out there and you fight hard. Says a lot about that team. Says a lot about head coach Neil Brown and the coaching staff. Call it like you see it. There you go. Okay, so you got a three-man rush. He's going to feel pressure. I don't know why he feels pressure. Obviously, he dropped 8 with the defense, and it was in cover 4. But what they went ahead is he did not find an opening. He tries to run. Listen, this young lad cannot run. He just cannot run. He's got a big arm, apparently, but I'm really surprised that they went ahead and let this young man play the entire game. That's Rango I'm talking about. But again, watch the offense. Watch the defense right here. You're going to see a twist coming on and moving around. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. That's Lockhart there, not twisting, but he is moving over. I'd like to see in a three-man rush. I would like to see Lockhart here, the nose guard, being in front of the quarterback so he doesn't get this pressure. When you have a three-man, look at the alleyway there. Now, the nice thing is this, is you got some backers right there playing, mid coverage there, 5 to 6 yards deep, able to react. Again, there he is, running the ball. We'll keep watching that. You'll see what I'm talking about. But look at, you see Dante really was playing hard here, man. I can't wait to see him in the Cardinals games, NFL out there. I really think he's got a great shot to make it. I don't know that. My crystal ball is in the shop right now, but I like what I hear out there, and hopefully it's going well for him. Now, that was first down, but we're going to call on Lockhart a penalty here. So that's going to make it first down. I don't know. It doesn't look like it to me, but they did it. So I think Lockhart was okay there. Again, we have 1st and 10, and we'll go right here. Why did I screw that up? There I go once again. All right. And we're going to skin over this. Going back up. This is the same play. He's going to get it. There you go. Keep going. I don't want to keep fast forwarding this so that we screw it up. We'll just run through it. And I'll make sure I don't hit that back button like that on accident again. All right. You know what? Lockhart here. I'm going to tell you this. This is not a penalty on him. It was actually blocked in the back and he's saying late hit. A bunch of crap right there. Bad call. And keep it going. Okay. That's right. The TV. That was the TV coverage here. 1st and 10. You see right here. Oh, look at this. Now, that's really a poor choice by Oklahoma State. They're running it, but there's 3 defenders over here to the field. I'm not sure I'm crazy about it, especially when you look to the boundary. There's no outside contain. But that's okay. They run it, so good for them. Aubrey Burks, make that tackle, Aubrey Burks. Make that tackle. You're a top-notch player in the league. You're rated #1 safety coming back. You have to be solid in those open tackles, and usually you are, but that's not solid enough right there. So, again, watch your angle, wrap, and attack. Look at him attack. That's a really good attack. Now, stay there. Break it down a little bit. Break your center of gravity down. Why? Because that way you're under control. You're not under control. Love your attack. Love your aggressiveness there, Aubrey Burks. Love it. And that's why you're rated highly. But now, be under control. Be that athlete that you are. Be that tackler that you can be. All right, 2nd and 9, drop back pass. You're seeing it here. All right, there you go. A lot of cushion, 7 yards. I don't like the cushion so much, but again, you're going to see that. Once again, it's cover 4 right here. It's quarters. That means that you got safeties here, quarters. So you got to go out. He's just going to do it out, and he's got to get it. And they look at it a couple times, and it's trips to the boundary. I did want to show that. That's kind of cool. Trips to the boundary. What's happening when you get a trips to the boundary? Look at the way the defense is aligning. And the thing, too, that we with my cut-ups, I have to point this out. You have to think about this defense. And when you hear about Neil Brown talking about simplifying the defense, and Jordan Leslie talks about simplifying the defense, because what's happening, these guys are going fast. This is fast. This is no huddle, even though you can't see it in my cut-ups. So the defense has to align right. Well, you can't have complicatedness going on when it's a fast offense going at you. And you see trips to the boundary here. You got to have communication and understand what's going on. So you have the trips, and then you see the snap here, which the tight end is going to stay in, and he's going to block. And, of course, you have that. That's what I really wanted to point out, is that the defense at times, the simplification, I like it. I like it. If you get good at cover 2 and it applies to the formation and it applies to what you're trying to do with personnel, go cover 2, even though they know what it is, because you're good at it. I believe in that. If you're really good at something, instead of being master of none, be master of 2. Okay? Simplify it and be good at what you do. Again, let's check it out. And you see right there, probably the best throw of the day by Rango. All right. And so that's a first down right there. Again, I like to see a 4-man rush on that, but it's all right. It's all right. I just don't like the 3-man rush, and some people do. Castile made a living off of it, and he was extremely successful. I don't like it. All right, so we got 1st and 10 on the minus 46-yard line of Oklahoma State. Again, minus is because it's on that team's side of the field, and now he's under pressure. Wow, look at that pressure right off the bat. Again, Dante Stells right there tearing through the offensive lineman right to the edge. Did you notice what Dante does? Right? Yeah, Dante, not Darius. All right, I almost said Darius. Dante, he's working the edge. Can you see me up here? Look at me. Okay, he's working the shoulder here. When you work the center line, okay, an offensive lineman, they're big, they're strong, right? I'm going to kick your can, defensive line. When you work here, you're off your center line. This is your base. Here is not your base. I'm a lot weaker over here. And watch Dante. He totally does it. And this is why I think he's so good and why he's one of the all-time great defensive linemen at WVU, because he knows how to work those edges. And again, it's going to help him now in the next level. I believe it, man. I really do. Okay, here we go. You're looking at a 4-man defensive line. Okay, it's right here. Again, it was an incomplete pass. And what are they doing? 2nd and 10, I'm sure, right here. And he's going to go back for another pass. And he just flips it out here. Oh, no. Oh, Aubrey Burke. Listen, man, this is real. I'm telling you, I remember seeing this again, and that's why I said it. You got to be able to make that tackle. You're a much better player than this. Much better player. And I can't wait to see how much you advance this year. I'm talking Aubrey Burks here, but you can't go ahead and here. This is too easy. This is just a swing pass. Swing pass, open field tackle. You're going in there, attack, be under control, wrap. I see you trying to wrap. He's a strong running back. These are Division I players as well that you're going against, so you don't always succeed. But, boy, I tell you, I think he's a much better player, and that's not going to happen that often this year coming up. I have a lot of faith. 1st and 10. Here we go. All right, incomplete. You got to like it. What are we seeing here? You got cover 4, it looks like, on the defense. Let me see if I got it right. Yeah, it looks like that. You're coming out here. Covered well. All right. Now, I like this break in the ball. I really like that. And that's what I think we need to make these secondaries and Coach Shadon Brown, who I think a lot of. I really do. And I know I've ripped on the secondary a lot last year, and I know there's a lot of issues, but there are problems, and it wasn't acceptable, and that's just the flat-out truth. But I do like Shadon Brown. I do think he's very knowledgeable, and I think he's a good coach. But looking at this, I don't see the DBs, the safeties, the corners attacking off the breaks like I have in the past. And that right there was actually pretty good. I think that was Wilson Lamb. I think that was right there. That was a nice break on the ball. I want to see him have confidence in break. Know when to break. It's all about confidence, man. I told you about the other times when they're on the 14-yard line. They were backed up to the 4, giving 10 yards on a 3rd and 10 on the 14-yard line, and they got 11 because you're backing up. Like, know you're down a distance to your field. That was what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Drive. 2nd and 10 now, right? Going back for the pass. He's going to run. Oh, I tell you, he does struggle to run. He does struggle to run. But very good. So you're going to be rushing. And, again, you're rushing 3. But look at this. That's Sean Martin right there. Sean Martin tearing it up. This offensive line, Oklahoma State, I think they were ready to go to their bowl game, ready to go get a hot dog. Don't think they were really ready to go in this game. But, again, here goes the Rego's coming up. And nice tackle. And, again, you got quads. Now, listen, check this out. So they actually went quads. Remember, they're going hurry, fast, supersonic, right, in terms of football. Supersonic speed. So now the defense, you have to get adjusted. You have to have communication. And that's what we're talking about with simplification right here, right? Okay, what's going on? You see Aubrey Burks, he's running over to the field because what do they want to go double on the one receiver to the field when they're going quads to the boundary. And what you're doing is you're looking at 3 defenders right here. Quads to the boundary, 3 defenders, right? Check it out. Oh, look what happens, man. There you go. Big time sack. All right. We'll keep moving on here. This is not there anymore. Again, check it out. You see that? Good job. Defense wasn't quite ready. I think another time as you get quads going into the boundary, one on the other side. That's empty set, of course, and it's tough. That's why you go fast. Oklahoma State, they're trying to get you right there. So let's go ahead and keep looking at. You'll see this here. Yep. Really nice. You got to like it. Like the pressure coming in the backside. Yep. There he goes. And we're going to keep on moving. That's the end of the series. So the defense stops him. That's good stuff. There you go. 1st and 10. Looking at 5 in the box right here. Again, I'm looking at quarters. Why do you keep saying all those quarters? Is because I think it's hurry, fast, right? So you just want to keep it simple. What they're trying to do here. And we're going to hand the ball off. Gets about 40 yards. Right there, nice blocking, but he shed it. There's Simmons, Torres, and you see Hershey coming in. Not bad. Okay, not bad right here. You see Thornton there trying to shed off the guy that's holding him. You know what I like? There's about 5 white jerseys right there. To me, that's good because you're getting pursuit to the ball. Let's take a look here. So 2nd and 6, and we're looking here. You got 5 in the box, and you have 2 to the bottom and 2 up top. You got doubles. Doubles strong with the back going to the field. And let's see what we got here. Going to hand the ball off in the middle. Oh, okay. Lee Kpogba. Now, Lee Kpogba had 13 tackles in this game, and he was all over the place. Now, at the beginning of the game, if you remember, because we got stuck there last week, we were trying to break this down, but all this conference realignment came in and just took away our time. But Lee Kpogba had 13 tackles in this game, and he had, I believe, 13 or 14, double digits for sure. It gave me 4 against Oklahoma. And when I'm looking at this, and Lee, he gets hit. Dude, I'm going to tell you something. Everybody gets rocked, but he was there. The recognition was there. The dude's tough as nails. Not going to sit here and bust a guy when you get beat physically because that happens to everybody. Everybody has a play. Everybody has a play every now and then. And so, again, what does he do, though? Check it out. He does go down, but look at him jump back up. He's a fighter. I like Lee Kpogba. I like him, man. He's going in there. He's hitting. Yes, he took it, but again, he's helping with the tackle. Part of his double-digit tackles right there. Lee Kpogba, we're going to be focusing on him more as the game goes on. You can see because what they do is they start to run the ball with Gordon and not throwing so much with Rango, which, yeah. Wrap up there. All you got to do is wrap up. Just wrap it up. Be strong. Maybe not duck your head as much as I think there for safety, number one. Number two is I think he lost his grasp. When you duck your head, it's harder to grasp. And then right here, embracing him. All right? If you've ever played football, I think you understand what I mean by that. And, when you get your head up right here and it makes you closer when you give a hug to your girl, right? Give a hug to your person, the significant other, right there, head is up. Your head's down, you can't get that tight hug. Maybe that's a good way to put it. Okay, 3rd and 2. Let's take a look. Oh, boy. What happens? Okay, Kpogba makes a tackle. It's not a bad tackle. Look at this right here, the circle I put up. Now, there's only 4 really in the box. The other 2 players on the outside are playing half and half. All right? That's what I keep talking about, half and half. But look at this. There's no outside contained. You're looking at 4 in the box, okay, with the 2 guys half and half. But you have 5 offensive linemen, and you have a tight end right there. So you're outnumbered. You're outnumbered in the box. And again, look what's going on here. So there's miscommunication right here. There's 2 players over there on 2 defenders where the ball is being handed off. Where's the outside contained? And you can see that there's a miscommunication here. And again, that's because of speed, but this is what the defense can't have. This is crucial. This is a 3rd and 2. Okay, you can't have mistakes of mental mistakes. You can have physical mistakes. You can always accept that as a coach, but you can't have mental mistakes in crucial down. You can't have it at any time, number one, because at any time you can score a touchdown. But here is a crucial down. It's short yardage. And look, they got no outside contain, and he's got to get a first down. I'm talking about Oklahoma State. And Lee Kpogba's got to come over and make a tackle. Again, thank goodness he's there. But watch this now. So if you're going to play a defense this way, and you're on, your own 23-yard line, and look what you got here. You got 4 in the box, okay, even though you're coming from the outside, but you have no outside contain. That's what I'm talking about. Why is there no outside contain? And it's not West Virginia. This is almost like Big 12 defenses, and they're all moving around, and it looks like a whole kind of crazy jumble drill. But you got to have contain. You got to have rules. You got to be able to cover the field. You got to have gap integrity. And right here, if it's out here, maybe that's because they're just confused here. But boy, oh boy, that's a crucial mistake right there. And then, make the tackle. All right, so you got 1st and 10 here. There's 6:40 left in the second quarter. 6:40. And this is where I start to bring it down by the time. So let's take a look at this here. It's 1st and 10. I believe they're on the 16-yard line. What are we seeing right here? Okay, right. All right. Now, honestly, this is a good decision by Rango, the quarterback, because you see here at the end, Martin is going down for the running back. So in the zone read, he pulls it. The problem is he's the wrong dude to be running this. All right, because he doesn't have much running. He's just a freshman, and he's tight, and he's stumbling over the hash marks and the white lines. But again, right here, you see Martin go down, so the quarterback makes the right decision. But watch Lee Kpogba. Watch Lee Kpogba coming up. He sheds the offensive lineman. He recognizes that the running back does not have the ball. This is good on-field recognition by Lee Kpogba. This is something I did want to highlight, is that I think he's got a high IQ on the football field. I think he recognizes plays, and this is why he was able to respond so quickly to the quarterback. And again, watch this. He sees it. Now he's got the zone read. The quarterback's pulling the ball. All right, Kpogba sees it. What does he do? He puts his hands out. Not much. He understands the angle, but if he doesn't see that, if he's not looking, if he's not following the play, he's still going in after the running back and not seeing that the quarterback has it. So that's on-field recognition. Very good. So now we got 2nd and 10 right here. We're looking at it's 2 by 2, but you got the tight end in a 1-by-1 hip pocket on the left side, and you got the running back into the boundary in the gun. So gun weak. There you go. And he's going to hand the ball off again. Not a bad job on the defense here. Again, let's take a look here. Now, how many you got in the box? You got 4 in the box. Now you got 5. And you've got 2 guys playing in and out, in and out. It's tough. And this, I don't like getting out. I like to either be committed or not committed. But here you go, in and out. Snap the ball. There you go. Nice job that was a nice job by Dante right there, man. That was some pressure. Okay, now, this is 3rd and 9 right here. I'm not going to sit there and say right off the bat, Okay, look at the alignment right now. So you got trips up top, and you're looking here. I'm sorry, you got 4 up top, and you're looking right here. Look at this defense. I want to see somebody out there. I want to see Kpogba kicked out. I want to see, again, we'll look at the next play, and I think it's going to show it here. I'm pretty sure I got it. Again, it's 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9. You're playing off right now. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Now, look at this. So you got quads up top, okay? And you can see here the 4th receiver, because you always go outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So you go outside, but looking here is Kpogba is not shifted over enough. You got 2 over here at the very bottom here to the field guarding against this receiver. Okay, so that means that now you have 3 outside the hash covering 4. Now, 1 here is 5 yards off the ball. Another one is 5 yards off the ball. Another one outside, Lamp Wilson there, is 8 yards, 7 yards, whatever you want off the ball. But then you see Aubrey Burks, who's over 13 yards. Okay, again, it's right here. So what do is they go quads, and the numbers aren't out there, and it takes time to run there and to meet them in the correct lanes, and they get real close. All right, you see the arrows there, the blocking coming over. By the time Burks gets there, guess what? I mean, you already got 2. Let's just say, so you got 4 on one side to the boundary. You got 2 covering the guy to the field. The one receiver at Oklahoma State was covered by 2 guys. You're bracketing him, basically, is what you're doing. And so now you got 4 possible receivers into the boundary. Why only have 3? There's not a quarterback that can run. Okay, it's not a quarterback that can run. Why only have 3? And why not, at the same time, have one of those guys at 5 yards, okay, come on up, and why not be a yard off the ball? Why not cause disruption right at the line of scrimmage? Why give that much yardage? You got Burks at 13 yards, you got Lamp Wilson at 7 yards, and the other 2 players were at 5 yards, and I'm including Lee Kpogba in that. But why not get up there and jam one of them? Maybe they'll run into each other. Maybe they'll disrupt something, right? But get your hands on. Why release and go out 5 yards? You're on the 16-yard line if you're defending it. Again, what's your down and distance? What are you thinking about? Again, it's fast. It's hurry. I understand that. But you need to get the numbers over there. You need to communicate. So that's why I think you're hearing, Neil Brown and Jordan Leslie and all them saying, hey, you know what? We got to have it simpler so that we can go ahead and simplify and understand and be able to line up. Well, I think you got to go ahead and line up. You don't have a threat at quarterback to run the ball. And you had 5 in the boxer, or I guess Kpogba was half and half, but he wasn't outside the hash. So again, that's what I'm saying is know you're down distance. Why play so far up? Get up there, man. Have confidence. Be physical. Punch it. You know where you are? You're at the 16-yard line. You're trying to disrupt. So that's just me. And that's just the way I am. But that's what I'm looking to do. That's sitting back and catching. That's not punching. think I made a point. All right, here. That's this TV coverage here. This is 4th and 1. Now, everything I just said, forget about for this play. Because you know why? You always forget about the last play. Okay? What do you do here? Well, this is big time. This could be the game. Because it's 4th and 1. And what happens? Well, right there. Oh, Lee Kpogba time, right? Lee Kpogba time. Come in, shooting in through the gap, disrupting. I think he's got X-ray there, or is it either X-ray or Aubrey. First doing the tackling there. I think it's X-ray. But Lee Kpogba goes in there and makes the quarterback and disrupts the entire play. Good. So everything I just said, that's just last play. But now you're here, it's 4th and short, and what do? You step up and you make a play because you forgot about the last play because you're thinking about this play. Boy, do you got to like that. Oh, look at this. There you go. Right there, right behind. That's why I hate the shotgun in the 3rd or 4th and 1. Okay? Shotgun. Because you know why? It gives linebackers like Lee Kpogba an opportunity to break through. You know why? Because it takes time in the gun. Do you see what I'm saying? Am I making sense here? Right there, coming through, takes time. You know what happens when you go ahead and you don't need the quarterback? Center quarterback exchange. And if you don't want to do right there, go ahead and do the quarterback sneak. Guess what you do? You go ahead, you pop it, hand off right to the fullback. Pow, man. It's right there now. It doesn't give time for a linebacker or defensive lineman to penetrate. Something to think about. Something to think about. Right there. There you go. Nice. Good job, defense. Poor job, offensive line. Oh, it is X-ray low. Okay, had it. Now watch this. All right. Look at this offensive line. Yeah. Not going out there. Not a good angle there in the offensive line. Not strong. I don't see a big push on orange or black helmets and orange shirts. I see a push on white shirts and blue helmets. Who's going to win this? Well, now you see who won it, right? Because who gets the push on short yardage? The good guys, the blue helmets and the white jerseys. That's who. Good job. Stop them. Huge, huge part of the game. So this, again, you see Kpogba coming in right here. Very nice. He disrupts, and then there's X-ray to go ahead and take care of that. 4th down, flip it over, turn the ball over. Very nice job, Mountaineers. Good job. Should be coming up on another series here. There we go. All right, where are we at now? It's got to be 1st and 10 on the minus 23-yard line. You're seeing here, now you got 5 guys in the box, looking like cover 4 again to me from this angle. You got Carr is spread out there at number 2, but this guy's going to go motion here, obviously. 1st and 10, there's 2:13 left in the second quarter, and they're rushing 3 here, which are going to come out. Oh, what a play right there, huh? There you go. I like that. Receiver misses the block. What a read. I like that. That's what the defense needs to do, even though, all right, not here. But again, you got to like that. That's good defense. And you see, what, 1, 2, 3. I see blue helmets and 2 black ones that are right there next to the ball. Means that they're running. Means that they're going after it. Means that they're playing hard. That's what it means. Plain and simple. Tells you everything you need to know about what's going on. What team wants it more? 4th and 1, down on the 5-6 yard line, whatever it was. 4th and 1. Who wanted it more? WVU did. And that's why they got it. That's how you play the game. You shut the door. Even though the play before, you didn't play it correctly, in my opinion. But the next one, you went down and you said, not so fast, Jack. You know what I'm saying? There you go. All right, doubles. You got gun strong to the field with the running back. What you got here? Going to hand the ball up. Oh, boy. Now, everything I said about that one, well, that's too much there. Right now, again, I talked about 5 guys in the box, 4 guys in the box. You got 4 guys in the box right here. Why would you not run? Remember I talked about that with the first 3-4 series of Oklahoma State? They were trying to throw the ball everywhere, and West Virginia was giving open box. This is what I'm talking about. Now you can say, well, there's only a few minutes left in the half, and they're trying to play a little bit of prevent. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, at least go half and half, but 4 guys in the box, I'd run every time. Even on 3rd and 9, I would. Again, let's watch it again. So you're going to go ahead and watch this. And Lee Kpogba gets another tackle. It's 9 yards down the field. And that's not what you want when your linebacker is. You don't want it 9 down the field, 9 yards down the field. Obviously, that goes without saying. And watch it here. If I had these numbers, I'd be doing the same thing, man. Right there, running it. This time the guard does get a piece of them. The guards get up. The defensive line don't do anything to prevent the open offensive lineman from getting up to the second level. And that's why you have that result of 9 yards. So again, now, or 8 yards, I guess. 3rd and 2. There's 1:48 left in the second quarter. And what do you have here? Okay, so now you got cover 4. It looks like to me you have 4 in the box. And he's going to run it. And he gets the first down. Again, I understand you're trying to play prevent defense to some degree. But prevent, I mean, you've been playing tough all along. Why go ahead and give him this with 4 in the box on 3rd and short? Why? Because you don't want to give up a touchdown when they're only on the 35-yard line? It's first down. You could have got him off the field. But again, you see 4 in the box. You could have got him off the field right here. So instead of playing prevent and saying, well, we don't want to give up 6, but you give up 6 yards. It's first down. Coming off. Again, let me ask you this. Where was outside? You saw, where's outside contain? Where's the contain? You had the defensive end go under. There's got to be rules for containment. There's got to be rules for gap integrity. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But to me, I'm watching it. It can't be the safety there for contain. He's 13 yards off the ball. And it's not the corner out there. But again, it's first down. Okay, so now you have 1st and 10, 1:36 left in the quarter, in the half. You have doubles, gun strong. Running back again is there to the field. And I'm looking at quarters right now. You got quarter. I don't know if that was too many quarters or not that I said. But looking at the pass, watch the offensive lineman going through here. Oh my gosh. Whew. Who was that defensive lineman? Oh man, he just goes right through the offense. Did the offensive lineman even want to be here? Did they even want to be here? Got a 3-man rush. And just when I say I can't stand 3-man rushes, this Mountaineer defensive line is rushing. Truth is truth. Okay, I can't lie. Those are the facts. The truth is always part of the call. All right. Good job, WVU defense. Way to break it through. Look at there you go. Excellent. Good job. Love it. Good coverage. You rush 3, you drop 8, and you blanket in. You put pressure on there. If you can put pressure on the quarterback with 3 defensive linemen, I actually say I like that. If you can drop 8 and rush 3 and put pressure on the quarterback, yeah, I can't. Who am I to argue? Who am I to say differently? All right, so now you got 2nd and 10, 1:29 left in the half. All right, looks like you have doubles, gun strong to the field. Lining up a 4 defensive linemen, probably going to rush 3. There you go. Why not? You just put pressure on the quarterback. Rushing 3, you got a twist going on. You see Sean Martin going on. You have an N-nose twist. It's a game. And there we go. Pressure. D Stills. All right. Why not? You got pressure. A 3-man defensive line rush. All right. I'll stop laughing. Again, what a take. Oh, man. You telling me that offensive lineman is trying his best right there? Man, these guys are out to lunch. Good for D Stills. Take it to him. You get offensive lineman or you get any player that's out to lunch and they don't want to be there, man, you just have a great day. Make it your best day, and just make them pay for their lack of intensity, lack of focus, lack of productivity. Right there. There you go. Russian 3 again. Look at that. That's really unbelievable. Oh, okay. So, Malika, I'm not going to sit here. This is something you don't want to see, but this was a big play. Got to make sure you got a tackle, right? That's all I can say. Make sure you have the tackle. He thought it was an incomplete pass, I'm sure. And make sure he drops the ball. Good tackle here. Safety to save the touchdown. Again, yeah. Just make sure he drops the ball. Make sure you secure him. I'd bring him down regardless. If it was me, stuff like that, I'd just tackle the guy just to be safe. But we have empty here, 1st and 10. There's 56 seconds in the second quarter. We got empty, trips up top. You got 2 down the bottom. Into the boundary. He's going to come out the screen. Look at the screen here. He's not going to get much here, though. They fight through. That's a nice job right there. I think that was the North Dakota State kid. I forgot his name. That transferred, I believe. And this is not bad. Again, I'm looking at this, and I'm saying the same thing here is I think you're too far off the ball. Now, if you notice the difference here, though, look at the difference. They have 3 up there. Remember I talked about that quads to the field, and they only had 3. Quads to the boundary, and they only had 3 into the boundary to defend, and Kpogba was out in the middle of the field. Well, here, you can see that they got 3 out there in the field, and they're shifted. There's nobody in the box. You know why? Because there's a quarterback that can't run. Okay, you have the 3. You're killing them on the defensive line. Your 3s beat up their 5 offensive linemen, which is a great thing. You got stuff rolling then, and you don't even have to sit here and put anyone in the box here because you got empty and the quarterback's not a threat. Why would I should have been the same way as before when I pointed out when it was 3rd and 9, right? Same thing. Numbers equal numbers, and playing it aggressively, and not having to worry about 2 guys in the box. There you go. He gets it there, and great plays. That's good defense. That's attacking. Good job. I still would have liked to seen. I'm up there. Look at him up here. Now we got a guy here if you look up top, right above the 10, the number, you see that they're closer to the line of scrimmage. I like it closer to the line of scrimmage. I don't like backing up 5-7 yards every single time. Challenge these dudes, man. Challenge them. If you have 4 to one side or 3 to one side trips, put a guy up there. Have your other guys back. But it's okay. Different levels, right? A little different levels so that you can't get picked and screened and all that good stuff. But put a guy up to put your hands on him. That's good. Go ahead. Right there, you see that? Oh, the run. Now, again, you're looking at this here. You have 1 guy in the box. You do have a threat. Now, you got a running back here. So you do have a running backs, and you have you got 4 or 5 in the box. So that means you're equal. You have 5 offensive linemen. You have 5 on 5. Running back makes it 6. So now you do outnumber them. I'm not going to even say 7 because the quarterback is not a threat to run, as I've established. Okay, but watch it here. Okay, you see Taj Alston right here. Now, is this his job to Lee Kpogba? Is it his job to come here to cover right here? Because look at Taj Alston. He's going inside. So there's no contain. So to me, that's telling me that Lee Kpogba here, who's having a fantastic game, fantastic, all right, is not having contain right here. And it's a big run. Now, that's his job to contain. He's late. And if I have contain, I don't think I'm trying to watch the middle as much because everybody's going that way. Because that's where my defensive linemen, they're supposed to be going that way and then having a defender come that way, right? So you go, defensive line goes right, linebacker goes left because you got to have contain. No contain. First down. Same thing here. Safeties are not. That was absolutely up. No contain. So good thing time is running out. And again, do you see here? You got to have contain. Everybody's going down. All right. You see Taj Alston, he's covering the B gap. That's his assignment. So to me, it's got to be Lee Kpogba for containment, and he's messing too much with that. So hey, you can't be right every single time. But if you have contain, my butt's hanging outside. That's for sure. So I'm a little bit closer than that. All right, we're almost done here, folks. But we're going to go ahead. Again, this is here coming out at short yardage. You got to like that now. Again, so what do? You just gave up a big play inside the red zone, and it's first down, and you're on the 4-yard line. And what do? You stop them. You got to like that. Look at it. Oh, and here you go. And guess what? It's the guys in the middle. And you know what? You gotta dig it, man. Gotta dig it. And I like the play. I like how they keep defending it and coming around. And that's Kpogba again right there, coming around the edge. So that's pretty tough. Audrey Burks was there. I mean, he's in the middle. I love it as safety. He's on goal line. Who's really good at that? Like on the goal line, and they're right up the middle, man. I'll tell you what, that's tough. That is tough. And you bring those safeties up, and they got to stick in there. Man, I'll tell you. All right, there we go. So now you have this here, 2nd and goal. And you can see the numbers out here. But now look at this. We got a corner up here who's playing up top, right? He's playing up top. This is cool. I like this. He's challenging. He's not giving 5 yards off the ball. Even though that the other two guys are, the way they're staggered, it's not bad. The way the defense is. Okay, not bad. All right? Not going to criticize here, but watch this. Okay, uh-oh. This is a touchdown. But what happens? Oh, it's wet and it's rainy, and he lost his focus because maybe he saw a touchdown. That's a touchdown there, folks. That's a touchdown unless that's me running the ball. And some Bishop, I think it was named. He's going to go ahead and tackle. That's me right there. Oh, he knows it. He knows it. But again, watch this. The receiver comes back. The outside receiver went in motion from number 1. He then became number 2 as he crossed number 2's body. But now he's coming back here to block. This is really a nice play. Nice play right here for goal line inside the 5-yard line set up. And again, look at that. That's pretty right there. You gotta like that. Very nice. I like the way it's set up. Now, here's something that's really cool. So this is good by WVU. Now you just saw this happen. Look at this right here, man. He's up there. He's challenging him up there in the corner. I'm talking about. And they're going to try the same thing. And what happens? They show the same motion. They show everything, except the receiver now is going to continue outside. So before they tried to screen, right, from the outside receiver, but now they're going to go with the under receiver and take him in there, and Andrew Wilson Lamp is going to be right there to cover him. There you go. 3rd and goal. This is 24 seconds left in the half. Again, this is huge. Remember, they gave up on a 4th and 1. WVU stopped them inside the 5-yard line just 4 minutes ago with 5 minutes in the half. And now they're down here. And what happens here? He goes up. There's pressure. Lousy throw. Up. No good. But see what happens here. Check it out, man. Again, you get the same motion, right? Same motion, but instead it's throwing that screen. See, look at WVU. They're ready to jump on it, right? The two guys, they understand it this time because they just saw it last time. So at least their IQ of recognition has just grown in one play. But watch this. Now he's going outside. But who's on top of it? Yeah, man. There you go. Good job. I like it. I like it a lot. Again, you're staggered. You're different levels. I'd actually like to see somebody more out here on number 3 receiver. That's just me, but I like to see it. But regardless, they're successful here, and they follow it. And it's a good play by the youngster here. All right, that's how you grow. That's how you compete. Last game of the season, you're there, you're competing, and you recognized it. You recognize the fact that the receiver was coming out, wasn't doing the same thing. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. Yep. Looks real nice right there, man. Looks real nice. Yep, Wilson Lamp. There you go. Youngster, who they say is just getting better and better. So, there you have it. The film ran out, and I'm coming in here. All right. Well, I told you I was going to get through a lot of today. We still got a whole nother half to go, but I wanted to get out of the way. I hope you enjoyed Scott Howley. Man, that was just cool. Chuck Howley, third WVU Mountaineer to be in the NFL Hall of Fame. I believe that is correct. And I think that's all good. Let's go ahead and see, is there anyone else that wants to jump on here? We're going to go right to the chat. I don't see anyone coming in. All right, folks, there's just a lot going on. Oh, Timothy Green. Oh, I got to show this. This is just to suck up my head to make it even bigger. Would you ever consider playing for a head coach at WVU? No. Absolutely not. I think Neil Brown's got enough headaches as it is, and the university is ready to move forward, and I think it's time that the university does, and I sure hope it's with Neil Brown, the head coach. I hope that things are getting better. I go back to this, and I'm going to keep saying it, Drew Fabianich, because that position, that general manager and director of scouting, is one of 10 schools in the country. And I was talking to Coleman Barnes today, and he asked me, how did the Drew interview go and everything? I'm like, dude, I said, I loved it. I mean, I understand where that's taking it. Where is that going to take it? It takes it huge to have him and his knowledge and his base. Remember, the reason why I like Deion Sanders so much, and the reason why I think that he can go ahead and get rid of his team that's already there and get all these transfer portals, is because he's got magnetism, I should say, and these players believe that he knows how to get them to the NFL. Well, guess what Drew Fabianich does? He knows how to get to the NFL. He knows what it takes to get to the NFL, as he has in his time period, 18 years with scouts and 14 years with the Cowboys. He has 67 Pro Bowlers that he scouted. I think he knows what he's talking about. So when he go to say, listen, I got credentials, kid. Hey, kid, I got credentials. Guess what? I know how to get you there. It's huge. Huge. And he's organized, and he knows what is going on. There's only one, or WVU is only one of 10. I can't say enough about it. It's the biggest thing since sliced cheese for me. Honestly, for WVU football, it is that big, and I think it can have an immediate impact on recruiting, transfer portals, kids, all that. I think it can have an immediate impact having a guy over there that is 36 years, 37 years of coaching and personnel development, and meaning that he's scouting, knows the skills, knows what it takes to be an all-pro player in the NFL. All right, I don't see anybody else, and I answered all that. All very good. What did I miss? Well, I missed a lot, guys. When I'm breaking down film now, I can't see all the comments up here, but it looks to be that all is there. Okay. LFG, hey, man, thanks a lot. I'll tell you what, buddy, you got a lot going on there, a lot of talking there, and Timothy Green, and LFG, all right? And tomorrow, so what's tomorrow is we're going to have, I think, Twisted Rooster. We're going to have talk to Pitt, who is a Pitt guy that has more family, that likes WVU. He doesn't like his own fan base, so he does know the ACC. So we're going to have SEC, ACC tomorrow. It looks like we're going to have to do some more film as well, and we'll see who else comes on board. Always stuff going on here, man. It's what we do here, the WolfMan's Call, because the truth is always a part of the call. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Traylon Davis. I'm from Jackson, Ohio, and when I'm back home, you will find me at my local Parmar store.
We have that gold and blue pride at your local Parmar store. We are coming to your neighborhood soon. West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Maryland, we have you covered. Download the Parmar app and sign up for the Parmar Rewards Card. Food, gas, groceries, and more, we are gold and blue proud, and we are Parmar stores.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Stationers, #1 office supplier in West Virginia, always in stock. Paul Mini, the anywhere, anytime chargers, powering a connected world. Never buy AA batteries again. Rechargeable 500 times plus. Paul Mini AA USB lithium battery, as easy to charge as your cell phone. Sustainable energy. Stay charged. Go green, save green. Feel the power of Paul. Order now at paulmini.com.